Welcome back to The Takeout. Thank you for hanging out with us. Transcripts from the court session where a federal grand jury returned the indictment of former FBI Director James Comey reveal the prosecution's handling of the case left the judge confused. Comey was ultimately charged with one count of making false statements to Congress and one count of obstruction of justice. Scott MacFarlane joins us now. Why the confusion?
Well, the new U.S. attorney in the Eastern District of Virginia, in her first job ever as a prosecutor, signed two different charging instruments in this case, which is untraditional. The judge, according to the transcript, said she'd never seen this before, but isn't going to impact the case itself. We know that late this afternoon, the formal record was submitted that Patrick Fitzgerald will be James Comey's defense lawyer, powerhouse defense attorney and former U.S. attorney in the Northern District of Illinois. We know James Comey goes for an arraignment Thursday, a week from Thursday, in Alexandria, Virginia. But there's always the possibility, Major, the Department of Justice comes in with a superseding indictment, a newer, larger indictment that adds more charges, or at least adds more detail to a bare-bones charging document so far.
Why are you thinking that might happen?
Because so little is in this initial indictment. There's such little detail. It's boilerplate almost. It's barely a page and a half. And these allegations against a high-profile defendant could come with a larger explanation, more details, or even more charges before now and then.
Scott, importantly, over the weekend, the president and others around him in the echo chamber of MAGA began to talk about FBI agents and January 6th and pre-positioning or involvement. Help my audience, help our audience understand fact and fiction.
Well, let me draw the connective tissue first to James Comey. The president last night indicated that he may seek or monitor an investigation of former FBI Director Chris Wray, who oversaw the FBI's response to January 6th. In the same weekend, though, the president perpetuated a conspiracy theory that FBI agents may have been on the ground and helped incite the Capitol riot, citing some new reporting with some newly released FBI documents. What those documents show, according to a review by CBS News, is there were FBI agents who responded to the insurrection, were there after the attack began. There's been no indication, none, that anybody in the FBI was part of firing up or directing the crowd. And we know that in part because the documents don't show that. There's been no evidence of that in 4.5 years. And about 1,500 January 6 defendants sought to defend themselves. Not one ever offered a shred of evidence in that regard.
Not to mention the video evidence and eyewitness testimony that said that crowd needed no incitement from FBI sources or any other. Scott MacFarlane, as always, thank you very much, sir.